Hi, and welcome back. Just so you know, if you've got a wallet and someone else has a wallet, you can send crypto to back and forth to anyone in the world anytime that you want. Now, not all wallets accept all currencies. So, in other words, they're different. One wallet may not store an asset called Neo or Populous, but the major wallets do accommodate a lot of assets. It's not something you're going to have to worry about right away for sure. In this segment, I'm going to show you how I regularly send and receive crypto. And since I'm going to be the sender and the receiver, you're going to learn both at the same time. Okay, so this is the first time in this video series you've seen a Binance account. Binance is spread out in Asia with its primary location in Hong Kong. So this is the exchange I use the most for buying and selling, that is, trading. Binance only trades crypto, so you can't take like US dollars and go over to Binance and buy anything. Now there's a lot of really cool and interesting things about Binance, but I cover that stuff in our trading videos. As with other videos, while it's perfectly fine for someone to see your wallet address, I'm not making this information public for everyone to see. Now you might be wondering why. Well, let's just say that I follow many addresses in the crypto world, which sometimes result in an advantage for me. For example, one particular address has given me a strong indication 2 times that EOS was going up and Ethereum was going down. Now that's more advanced trading information, but I wanted to let you know why I'm not making that public. Okay, so let's get into the wallet. Now if I want to receive crypto from someone, I must give them my wallet address so that they can send it to me. A wallet address is very similar to a bank account. The difference is that I alone control it. There's no bank. In fact, no one has access to this money except for me. When I'm sending crypto between wallets to myself, I prefer to copy the address into Notepad. I like to see it, so I would do that there. Now you can also send someone your QR code that they can scan with their phone. So if I was going to do that, I'd click right here on QR code. That's what a QR code looks like. And they just hold their phone up. They could literally do it over a webcam and bleep, they've got the address. So that's a QR code. I usually just use the address. Now once I have this address, I can email it to someone. I can paste it into a Facebook message. It really doesn't matter how I get it to them. Now this is very important. Only send Litecoin to a Litecoin address. Only send Bitcoin to a Bitcoin address. At this time, they don't cross over. Since I'm sitting at the same computer, all I'm going to do is go from my Binance browser over to my Coinbase browser, just like this. Blink. Next, I click on Accounts. I scroll down to my Litecoin wallet, and I click Send. So now this person, which is me, is going to send money to this other person, which is also me. And I'm going to grab my notepad and copy this address. And then I'm going to paste it in here. When you're new, especially with bigger accounts, this can be a little bit scary because there's no way to undo anything that you do. So now you could take and copy this address like this and paste it directly under the other, and I can see very quickly that this is identical. Now this may sound excessive, but I made a note to myself to remember to give you this little practice early on because it'll give you more of a comfort level with the transactions when you're new. Now I'm going to enter the amount. I'm going to send 26 cents worth of US dollar, and I can write a message if I want. Let's do that. And that'll be recorded, under transactions at Coinbase. So when I'm ready, I click Continue. Then I double check the transaction, 26 cents. No fee from Coinbase, minor fee. Ooh, look at that, 2 cents. I also need to enter this 6-digit code here from Google Authenticator, which comes from the smartphone. So on a phone, I simply click Google Authenticator and it shows me the code for Coinbase. Then I just enter that number within 20 seconds and then click Confirm. As you can see, the transaction is on the way. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here to Binance. And what I'm looking for is for the transaction to show up right in here. So I'm going to refresh. I'll just kind of make a note here that it's 3:48 Pacific time, so we can see how long this will go. I'll pause the video so that you can actually see how long this took. Like I said, it could take up to 8 minutes. Okay, you can see it showed up here now. So that took about 2 minutes. But anyway, now you're going to see that there's one of 4 confirmations. So there needs to be 4 confirmations for Litecoin. That's just different nodes on the network going, yes, this transaction is correct. So they're going to get agreement that next block is going to close and it's going to be basically permanent forever. So I'll go ahead and pause the video and come back when these confirmations are done. Oh, now that you know that this address is correct, you can actually go back, take that, copy and paste out of Notepad, and send whatever amount of Litecoin you want. You don't have to wait for this to confirm. It's now been a total of 5 minutes since we sent the transaction, and we have 3 of 4 confirmations. Okay, that took somewhere between 7 and 8 minutes, and now the transaction is complete. So it's just as simple as that. Now think about what you just saw for a moment. You watched me send 26 cents across the world at a cost of 2 cents, and you saw me do it in minutes. Now compare that to the current systems. Using the traditional banking system, you would need to send a lot more money because your fees are so high. I mean, they're potentially $30 on each side of an international transaction. And because the transaction must go through many correspondent banks, all of which have their own ledgers, it can take up to 2 days. In addition, it can be lost. One time I sent a significant amount of money internationally using a bank, and it got lost for 6 weeks. So the point is, by witnessing what I just showed you, you're witnessing the future. If you had any questions about the value of blockchain technology, you're seeing one of those values right now. If I took all the explanation out of that transaction, it was just me making the transaction, my part in that would have been about 10 seconds. So as you can see, this technology is changing the world. That's just one thing that it does. And so I guess you can say you are in the right place at the right time.